All right, what's up? Welcome back. This is a video review of an acupuncture website that I found online. I actually found it through YouTube, just doing some research. It was from another video reviewing the same website, so I thought it'd be good to do my own take on it, to offer my own thoughts, and do a review of that website to see how I can improve that website if we were to build it at peppersites.com. You might notice I'm kind of wearing the same thing from my last build update video. I'm kind of recording this on the same day, but I wanted to have it fresh in my head so that I could kind of give my real thoughts on it. So let me just jump into the browser here. All right. As you can see, I've actually watched the whole video from Healthy Business Tech doing this acupuncture website review on Moonbrook Medicine. You can go search this video if you want, take a look at her review. She seems like a very nice lady. She's taking the review from a very, from a design perspective. There are some elements that she talks about, to her credit, that from a conversion perspective that should be incorporated. But it's really about design elements, about how things should be above the fold, how she should have clear messaging, all valid points. But those are things that will only matter if somebody finds your website in the first place. And that's kind of the approach that I want to take about, from a structural perspective, how the website should be formatted so it's set up correctly for the search engines to find you. And a step further than that, I'll also talk about some design elements as well that I think that can be improved. All right. Again, this is the video. If you want to go take a look first, I think it's good. It's a good starting point to kind of understand in terms of like responsiveness and what you should do on the home page and all the service pages and things like that. But I'll just jump into it. So that video was actually 10 months ago. So I'm assuming they have implemented some of the changes that she's talked about. Again, the video came about because I was just doing some research. There seems to be this Facebook group called Acupuncture Business Academy, and on that page there was this post that said I had my website designed by an incredibly talented guy in Brooklyn, New York. He was fantastic to work with for a very reasonable price. My website is moonbrookmedicine.com. All right, so taking a look at the website, just going into the code, it looks like this is built with Wix. All right. Wix is a do-it-yourself kind of website builder that, is kind of very limited in terms of what you can do out of the box. You can see this kind of looks like a website that was built on Wix. I don't know if that kind of makes sense to you guys, but just taking a look at this, it's very sectioned off. There's clear kind of sectional components to this and maybe a pre-built theme that they're using. But it's very sparse, all right? There's not much information here. The header section for some reason is super big. It takes up almost 50% of the above the fold real estate, which is extremely important, as she talks about in her video. I wish they would fix that. But more than that, I think this section here, first of all, it's a dark text on a dark background. You can't see anything. But this doesn't it's not optimized for her primary keyword, their primary keyword, which should be acupuncture in whatever town they're in, which is Rutland, Vermont. All right. That would be my first and foremost here. Your homepage should have your direct primary keyword on the homepage as the H1 tag. And let me just check if this isn't an H1 tag. It is not. So a lot of the times what you find with Wix websites or Squarespace websites is the design is tied in to the structural elements. So the H1 tag probably in this website looked like something different. All right. It might have been bigger text or bigger font or different font. And they didn't want to use that style for this homepage. So that's why they probably opted for like an H2, right? I think this might be an H2 tag, right? It looks like it is. And if we just click into here, it might not even be an H2. It might be something else. So this is not even a header. It's just a paragraph, which is Not good. All right. So let me explain to you. Google treats header tags as an indication of what that page is about. So if my H1 tag is acupuncture in Rutland, Vermont, Google is automatically going to give more weight to that header tag than to any other paragraph tag on the page. Meaning that page, to Google's eyes, is strictly about acupuncture in Rutland, Vermont. And then throughout the page, if you have all the LSIs, all the supplementary auxiliary keywords that support that header, then they're going to give you more weight, and they're going to really understand that that's what the page is about, and they're going to rank you for that keyword. All right. So first and foremost, just kind of listing off the changes as I see them, I would decrease this header size. It's taking up way too much real estate. I would change this to an H1 that's visible and make it into a primary keyword H1. Rutland, Vermont's best acupuncture, herbal medicine, whatever, or acupuncture in Rutland, Vermont. Just keep it very simple. And then underneath, you can have this. You can have this, which I understand is kind of what you're trying to promote. Okay, if somebody lands on this page, they want to understand that they've come to the right page by reading this and saying, okay, I need acupuncture, I need herbal medicine, XYZ. I want to improve sleep, or I want to decrease pain. You want to let them know that they've landed in the right place. But this can also be done in a nuanced way where you have the primary keyword as the H1 and then this as something below it to describe what the page is about. Moving on after that, I think you have the book, and I know what kind of theme this is, all right? In Wix, I think we've come across it many times, and I think this might be geared towards acupuncture or holistic health or something like that, because I've had clients in the past come to me with this exact same layout, the exact same book now button. So they might be just doing like a preset theme, or what Wix is determining is like the best for their industry. But the thing is, it might aesthetically fit with your brand, but from a conversion optimization aspect, this book now button does not stand out to me. It's just washed in everything else that's black and white. For, when we refer to color theory or even contrasting colors, what you want for your CTA, your main CTA, which is the call to action, you want it to be the opposite color of your primary color scheme on the page. So if I'm doing an orange color scheme, for instance, my main call to action is going to be blue. That way it pops out at me, and that's like the first thing my eyes are drawn to. All right. You need multiple of those throughout the page. Let me just show you another instance of this, right? If the main colors are blue, I want yellow to be the primary color of my call to action. And I want those throughout the page so that whenever I'm ready to make that conversion, I can click through and I'll get to where I need to go without scrolling up, without scrolling down, et cetera, et cetera. So for instance, learn more here as well. If it leads to your about page or your first visit page where it looks like, I want this to be a different color, at least so that I can stand out a little bit more. All right. Our services, okay, looks pretty cool. I would fix the spacing. And look, design is all subjective to a certain degree, but there are better design elements, better practices, best practices for design elements, such as spacing, so it's easier on the eye, so that you can kind of segment it a little bit more, so people know that A, it's clickable, and B, that it's different buttons, right? So all of this, I don't know if it's a button or not. There's no hover effect. There's no underline to let me know that it's a link. I could just scroll past this without knowing that these are clickable links, especially since there's a button here that says learn more. So I'm assuming this might take you to the overall services page. But if there are more services than this, then I would want to know why they're not listed out on the home page, right? And then at the end here, you have this call to action section where you have a book now that leads to the Jane app, which is good. I recommend Jane or Unified Health or any of these booking platforms to simplify your booking and really consolidate it under one dashboard, which is great. But yeah, so for the homepage, again, I would make some more contrast onto your call to action buttons. I would kind of give me more information, right? Like based off the homepage, I don't know who you are. I don't know exactly what you do or why I should even choose you as a service. If you have more than one competitor in your area, I would want to know right off the bat, off your homepage, why I should choose you. You know, do you have some testimonials? Do you have any videos that some media that I can watch? All those things are, I think, crucial nowadays for a homepage, because that's kind of the first landing point, the first touch point you have with them. You want to give them as much information as possible, and those tidbits of information are opportunities for the user to kind of venture out into other sections of your website to learn more. But you're not giving them that opportunity because you're not providing any information here. All right, so that's that. That's about the kind of the homepage. Again, this header is bothering me so much. Why is it so large? But again, we have our practice. Okay, good. It's contrasting a little bit better. We have an about page here with some photos and some biographies. That's all good and great. Going on to services. Okay, so this seems to be an overall services page. But okay, so you have prices and fees. That's good. One thing real quick that I'm noticing here is if I hover over acupuncture, okay, if I hover over acupuncture, I don't know if you can see this on the recording. I don't think you can. But when I hover over acupuncture, on the bottom left hand of my screen, I'm showing like the URL where it's supposed to lead to, right? So if I click on this, the URL says copy of services 1. If this is services 2, I'm thinking the website designer here just literally made the copy of the services template and created the acupuncture page here. From an SEO perspective, you can't do this, all right? The URL is super important to keyword optimization. I mean, logically, if you have services, like if it could be a services page, an overall services page, and then you can have acupuncture as a sub-service underneath a services page. More than that, I would just keep it straight and simple. Just say acupuncture, because that's what the page is about. And again, like this is great. Conditions treated with acupuncture. You have all the different conditions treated. I would like to see maybe this go into a little bit more detail. Like if you're treating pain, all these different pain problems, maybe link it to a blog post dealing with those conditions, right? And that's it. And then there's only one call to action on the top. After this very sparse information, am I expected to then go and make a conversion? If I am, where's the call to action on the bottom? And then even in the footer, it's just there's nothing here. Like this is all real estate that could be utilized to sell me more, right? So let's just make sure again, like that this is an H1. It is not. It's wrapped in an H2 text again. So it's an H2 header. URL is not optimized for the correct keyword. The page is not optimized with the correct header tag with the keyword in it. There's like it could be so much more from a conversion point of view, and the design too. I would change it up. Look, I mean, if you're trying to convince a patient that you are the best acupuncture clinic in your area, the main things here are to deliver and make them know, like, and trust you. All right. So that you need more imagery, you need more media on your website. That is, pictures speak 1,000 words, videos speak, 10,000, 100,000. I just made that up. I don't know if that's a real saying, but you need media on your website because that's the best way you're going to get people to see your face, see and trust that you are legit, that you're a real person, and that and that'll help with the conversion much better along the way. have a contact form on the bottom here. If, let's say I read this and I have more questions. Okay. I don't see my exact condition here. I don't. There needs to be some way that I can contact you easier. And secondly, the contact page, I see that you have one, but it's stuffed under more. And I know this is a limitation with Wix, where they have a certain set frame, or like 50% of the header to be for the links. And then maybe if it goes above that, it's all stuffed under more, which is horrible. So if I didn't hover under more, the only options I have are to book now or to visit your shop or what. Like, if I have more questions, I should be able to contact you much easier. And from that contact point, you'll know that they're interested in your services. They just have a couple more questions. The road to conversion off a warm lead like that is so much easier than trying to convert cold just by offering a book now. All right. So again, Acupuncture's URL was copy of services 1. Herbal Medicine's URL is copy of Acupuncture. This is definitely an H2 again. They're just copying the same format over and over again. No call to action on the bottom, and just telling me what herbal medicine is. If I'm searching for herbal medicine, I know what herbal medicine is. I'm looking for a provider that is going to be the best option for herbal medicine. This page does not offer me any value. All right. Not from a prospective patient's point of view or from Google's point of view. It's not offering any information to the end user. So yeah, I mean, I would like content. The thing is, like, people think, yeah, if I've set up a website and I have all my services listed and I just offer one paragraph about what massage therapy is or what herbal medicine is, that they're going to be like, yeah, like, of course I'm going to book with this person. It's not the case. And to think that that's going to do any value for your business is crazy to me. I mean, you have to realize that there's competition out there. There's people doing better digital marketing than you are. And to compete with that, you need to offer as much value and as much upfront like like get people to know you as much as you possibly can upfront. That way, like even having pictures of your facility, right? A lot of many acupuncture clinics might be in like one room. If you have some photos of the interior of your practice, the exterior of your practice, people getting treatment, a variety of people getting treatment, then you'll deliver that trust even more, right? That's the name of the game, is to deliver the trust through your website. They're already on your website. Why are you kind of foregoing this opportunity to deliver as much trust as possible? So I think this is pretty cool. I think you have 2 book now links for different masseuses, probably, who are residents at the clinic. Yeah, but I would like more information. Again, the URL is copy of herbal medicine. I'm pretty sure this is just going to keep going on and on, because we have herbal medicine being the copy of acupuncture, massage therapy being the copy of herbal medicine. This is the copy of massage therapy, and this is the copy of nutrition and lifestyle. Like, because the H1 and the URL don't match, Google is going to get confused as to what, this is not even an H1. So the H2, if there was an H1, let's just assume this was an H1. Since the URL and the H1 don't match and there's no content on the site, Google's not going to pick this up. They're not going to understand what you're trying to do, because you're giving them varying signals across the page. All right. So that's just everything that, I mean, I'm sure I can go through all this, but it's just going to be the same thing, right? This is the copy of hormonal imbalance, which is down here. We have copy of infrared sauna. And right, so services like, again, modalities would probably be service, acupuncture, herbal medicine, massage therapy, infrared sauna. Back pain seems like a treat, like a symptom that you're trying to treat. So unless there's a specific. Again, but I'm getting into the nitty gritty here. So like, I can pick apart this all day, and just offer more kind of, really dig into the messaging and the content, which is super important. But let's just move on, because I think you get the idea, right? The URL is something that can't be changed, not that easily as the content on the actual page. So Google will give you more weight to first the domain name. So the domain name is what matters the most. That's why there's PMDs and EMDs, partial match domains and exact match domains. And then the URL, the page name is also super important, because that can't be changed very easily. So the things that can't be changed very easily, Google puts more weight on. So that's why your URL structure and your site structure are super important when you're building your website from the ground up. All right. This first visit page, I like it. I don't like this fade effect, just like, because it fades out before I actually see this. Cool. I would, on this first visit, I would put this much higher. I think, or I would get you, I would highlight what the actual steps are for your first visit. Okay. Learn. I think this seems like the blog. Again, if you have a newsletter here, I would kind of even put it in the footer. You have nothing here. It's just wasted real estate, and every pixel on a page should count for something. Okay, blog post is pretty straightforward. I think you have a shop, which is a Shopify. I would maybe do a subdomain, just so people know they're still on moonbookmedicine.com. Oops. And and then again, I would bring the contact out of the more drop down here, and I would include a map as well, a Google map that's really good for SEO and letting people know, especially Google, where you're located. All right, I think that's pretty much it. And so let me just show you what this looks like from an SEO perspective. Okay, so this is moonbookmedicine.com. We're just doing an Ahrefs overview. What's crazy here is they are ranking for some keywords, and let me tell you why. So it seems Acupuncture Rutland, Vermont, where they're actually located, has no competition. All right, they have the most reviews. The person ranking first is acupuncturevermont.net, but like I said, Acupuncture Vermont, the domain has more weight than anything else. So that's why they're ranking first, because we have Acupuncture Vermont here. They seem to be actually located in the same area, right? Acupuncture Vermont, they're integrated therapies. I think they're over here. So Moonbrook's over here. They're over here. So they're a direct competitor. All right. So although they're ranking here simply because they have the keywords Rutland, Vermont in their footer, they have the opportunity to rank first. They can rank first so easily against acupuncturevermont.net, because this website also is not optimized, but it's just a little bit better optimized than theirs. So they have the map down here. I don't think they even have any other pages that I could see. But it's like, so this is a one-page website outranking them, but they have so much opportunity to make these changes and rank first. And if you know anything about Google, the majority, 95% of the clicks go to the top 3 listings, to the top 3 results on the search engine results page. So they might be getting some trickle of leads through their website right now simply because there is no competition, but they can catapult that and really get leads generated really well if they just ranked first here. And that's not to say so they have Acupuncture Vermont, Rutland, Vermont ranking, but what about all their other services, right? Like massage therapy. It seems like they have 2 massage therapists on call. So it seems like this might be a major service offering, right? Massage therapy Rutland, Vermont actually has more search volume than Acupuncture Rutland, Vermont. This has 50 searches a month. This has 90 searches a month. They're not ranking on the first page at all for this because they're not optimized. Like, these are such, like, it pains me to see this built like this, because if they just optimized correctly, they would have a good chance of ranking for this. The websites ranking first on here are so weak. If they just optimized correctly and did some off-page SEO, they could do so much better, and they could get so much more traffic and leads generated for them. The same thing goes for every other service they have: herbal medicine, nutrition and lifestyle. Like, I would determine what the actual keywords are that they're actually trying to rank for. For like infertility acupuncture is a huge one. I mean, infertility acupuncture is a really big one that we deal with for our other clients. And, just based on the amount of content on here, it seems like they really want to kind of push this as well. So instead of copy of back pain, optimize for this. Optimize for infertility acupuncture near me, fertility acupuncture near me, things like that. And I guarantee you're going to get so many more leads to your website because you're optimizing for the correct keywords. All right, so let me just show you real quick. So this is another website that we've created, Orlando Alternative Health. This is their ranking, trying to rank for acupuncture in Orlando. We have, let me just show you. So
I'm Dr.
we have
John
a video. I don't want to play it right now because I think it's going to cut over my voice, but we have an introductory video that we made our client film. We have testimonials right off the bat, social proof. We have pictures of the main acupuncturist, the main doctor, all across the front page. So smiling, right? We want to be friendly. We want to be personable. We have our services laid out very, very neatly. We have hover animations. We know it's a clickable link because of the color changes. And all of these sections are opportunities for the user to learn more about the practice. All right. We're not going for the conversion right away. If they wanted, we have a giant book now button on the bottom. We have, again, more social proof testimonials. We have a map. We have service areas. We have quick links that they can get to. But again, this is what I'm talking about. The book now is just a completely different color from everything else. That way it stands out. It's very clear what the call to action is here. If they wanted to contact them, they have a contact form to answer more questions. We split it up between the treatments and what we treat. Like I was saying here with the back pain and infertility and things like that, we have a section exactly on what we treat that has all of the conditions that people might be contacting them for. We also have a section on what we don't treat. All right, just so we want to get a lot of the questions and make it very clear what our service offerings are on the website. That's what the website is for, to provide as much information and value as possible, so that all that the visitor needs to do when they're ready is just hit book now and get that appointment made. Again, custom imagery here, showing our doctor in action, showing our ideal patient type, which is athletes in this case. So we have a lot of athletes. And then our first visit page, what I just want to make a distinction about here is we have step-by-step as to what exactly is going to happen on the first visit. So you have no questions in booking the actual consultation. We have no questions left unanswered. We're really trying to make sure that we deliver why we are the best choice in the area and the best choice for you as a patient looking to either perform better or get pain relief or anything like that. Again, we have a section, a separate page for the fees and plans. So let me show you. So all of this, there's not much off-page SEO that's been done, but they are ranking for Orlando acupuncture. But they're also ranking for dry needling Orlando, which is kind of the what they're really trying to gear for, because that's what the homepage is geared towards. So just from structuring the website correctly, doing very minimal off-page SEO, we're able to understand that we are ranking for the correct thing. Now, if they wanted to move up higher in the ranks, they'd need to build backlinks, they need to write content, all these things that are encompassed in a managed SEO campaign, but it all starts from the website. All right. So just from the treatments, we can see that we're labeling everything correctly. Acupuncture, the URL is acupuncture, dry needling, cupping, right? And because we have Orlando in the domain name, we're going to be ranking for Orlando cupping. All right. We're explaining to you exactly what's going to happen in the cupping session. And then at the end, we always have a very clear call to action. All right, ready to get started, book now. And that book now is going to take you to the patient portal, which in this case is Unified Practice. We have many clients using JNAP, very similar to Moonberg Medicine. But so I know this is quite a lengthy video, but I just wanted to kind of, go and analyze this website to show you the difference and how I kind of view websites as compared to somebody else who might just be a website designer looking to push a website from a design perspective as a brochure to, because everybody thinks they need a website, which is true. You need a website, but what good is the website if you're not being found? And what good is the website if it's not working for you to kind of convert visitors into patients in this case, or leads, or customers, or sales? And then I'm sure because it's built on Wix, it has some mobile responsiveness, which is always good. But all those things are kind of common now, right? Out of the box, responsiveness, site speed, right? You have your header, you have your, all the other things that maybe typical web designers might focus on. It's kind of out of the box, and it should be standard in this day and age, right? But what's not is the SEO elements. People don't know exactly how to structure a page, how to structure URLs, how to structure the site, a conversion optimization, best practices, how to kind of provide value on a page so that by the end of the page, you have somebody ready to convert, making it easy for them to convert. You want to reduce as much friction as possible. So all of these elements are things that are important for me and important for real local service businesses trying to get value out of their website instead of just having like a brochure type website. All right. I hope this was helpful. And if you have a website that you want me to analyze, you could DM me on Instagram, or you can pop a comment down below. But yeah, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.